Now, ladies and gentlemen, as per the title of today's video, CS2's most recent update is one of the biggest we've seen in Counter-Strike 2 yet, but as of now, there's still no new content, though there are some new additions and changes to maps that we know and love. After waiting almost a week with minor to no big updates, well, we just hit the jackpot. Today's video, there's much to discuss. We'll break down the most recent blog post, see the community's reaction to today's update, show some of the biggest changes, alongside discuss new content coming to Counter-Strike 2, which could be sooner than we think. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a buying and trading marketplace for your CS items. It makes a safe and easy way to trade out your inventory for something new. By using my code MANDO, you can get a deposit bonus of 35% alongside a free $5 in your first trade, with a max bonus if you spend $100 or more. With a large variety of skins, deposit options, alongside daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, they're doing a great job rivaling other competition. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. So firstly, for today's video, as of always, here's the tweet. At around 6 p.m. as of yesterday, Valve said release notes are up for today. And while the community's reaction to this was somewhat mixed, people were happy that there's 3 GB of bug fixes, because if you guys remember, in our last commentary and the last 2 weeks of updates, we've seen some of the shortest blog posts ever in Counter-Strike history, with limited to no fixes. The community is really happy that these things are getting fixed, such as skin changes and bugs for every single map, but there's still quite a bit of bugs that haven't been fixed, such as the elevator peak, and missing things from CSGO, such as CL Bob, CL_ right hand 0, so you can play on the left hand side. Let's not forget all the maps and modes and features from CSGO, a Halloween update, or even a brand new case. It's been 2 years since Operation Riptide, the last CSGO or Counter-Strike operation, and around 9 months since CSGO or now Counter-Strike 2's last case. This is the longest stretch in CS history where we haven't had any microtransaction content, that being for skins of course. I'm not really counting the Anubis package here. Now very quickly, I suppose this is somewhat of a PSA, but for players and viewers watching today's video, you're probably wondering why is this update so late on YouTube? Well, if you look back at the past couple of weeks, if you were to upload this update video the same night or just a couple hours later, you don't actually know what's all changed. Some of these updates actually break more than they fix. Today, not so much, but in most other weeks that's actually the case. And when it says skin changes, it usually breaks a lot right there more than it fixes. With Valve not being very specific in their blog posts, it's hard to see what's actually fixed. With all that being said, let's hop into the blog post. This thing is absolutely humongous. We're going to break it down as best we can in the shortest time possible, yet skip over some things that aren't too important, alongside a summary at the very end for those who want to skip and see the major changes. So for October 25th, 2023, here we go. In the maps category, pretty much every single map has had a decent amount of fixes. For Inferno, there's been improved visibility on each site. They've changed some colors around so you can see people better. They removed a part on A where a door got lifted up a little bit more near the bomb site. They removed a part of the railing on the balcony of apps going out to pit and A site on Inferno. Movement polishment and overall clipping. For Overpass, they removed and tweaked textures to well improve player visibility and readability, and other clipping areas as well they got fixed. For Nuke, various clipping bugs, improved player visibility and readability once again. They fixed clipping through the garage door at lobby, fixed various holes in the world, but according to Goldeck on Twitter, the pipe going up to Silo, or Marshmallow as most people call it, is still not fixed. It's completely broken, so they didn't fix that at all. In Anubis, they fixed the same thing as pretty much every other map, but one thing I noticed while playing this yesterday is for whatever reason the performance here actually got decreased quite a bit. My FPS was well over 300 playing this map just a couple weeks ago, yet now I'm getting 100 to 150 FPS. I wonder what's happening here. For Office, they disabled motion on all the vending machines, fixed some lighting artifacts and crates at low settings, some gaps, overall clipping, and player visibility. For Vertigo, for those wondering, they still haven't fixed the elevator bug, which this has been posted on YouTube dozens of times over the past 48 hours, yet still no fix. For Mirage, they fixed overall clipping, various bullet penetration issues, and right here, which actually was a pretty big change. If you guys remember a few weeks ago, they removed the ability to boost yourself onto triple box. That little piece of wood was just removed. The game would not recognize it was there, so you couldn't really edge yourself into that corner and boost up, and that was the only really big change on Mirage. For Ancient, once again, the same thing as every other map. They fixed the wood panels near bomb site B so you could penetrate through it better, fixed some points where you'd actually fall right through the world, and lastly for today's update is the miscellaneous category. They fixed a case where weapons could fall out of the world and yourself, improved performance for grenade muzzle flashes, various bug fixes and tweaks to weapon finishes and stickers, which we will go over very shortly. If you guys remember the other day, that Shadow update that the devs actually talked to us about, it's officially in the game and it's more well known in the community now. So if you type in the super secret password that was in that blog post, it's more of a beta, but they added code to correct packets that would arrive out of order in quick succession, and various other things as well that were not included in the blog. So what were some of the biggest changes here? Well, the Inferno balcony, Inferno door, they removed that completely, which is kind of weird. Makes me think that, well, they're just adjusting maps to, well, adjust them. Maps in Counter-Strike usually don't get changed unless there's a lot of player problems, people don't play the maps a lot, or we just want to switch it, and that's what I think Valve is doing here. Will it be easier for Ts to entry or CTs to defend? Or is it a little bit of both? Triple box and Mirage, that boost is back. This is just one of those things that shouldn't have been removed in the first place, and yet on B bomb site, those boxes looking into apps are still not able to be boosted on. Player visibility and readability has been tweaked and made better on every single map, and there's some major skin fixes but also nerfs nerfs to quite a few weapons. And for those wondering what skins actually got changed, that being fixed or completely broken, we're not actually sure what got fixed here. It just looks like more so skins are being broken. The M4A4 Daybreak, for whatever reason, this has become a lot more bright. A little too bright, some may say. Throws the weapon off entirely. Some stickers being added on weapons, their placements look off. Depending on the sticker that you add to that certain weapon, it's completely bugged. According to Gregory here on Twitter, the Night Stripe skins, the Knights, Ultraviolets, and Scorch knives have been completely overhauled. This makes them look a little bit darker. According to Zuwu on Twitter, the blue steel knives somewhat seem back to normal, at least compared to CSGO. They're not as bright and looking like a Doppler as they were when CS2 first launched. It seems to be the darker skins that have more of a matte finish seem to be changed or darkened even more. It's difficult with Valve not actually putting in the blog post what specifically got changed to see what did, if that makes any sense. What got buffed, nerfed, or normalized in the first place. That's why it's important that they should include what actually they changed. Now, things that didn't happen for today's update is of course being new content and players being unbanned for inputting commands or changing sensitivity for memes in the warm-up period. And well, what I mean by that is we talked about this in yesterday's commentary. Players were spinning like crazy. They would crank up their DPI in warm-up or at the beginning of a buy round, and out of nowhere they'd get a VAC ban. All because the VAC Live thinks they're cheating, which VAC Live itself deserves a whole commentary because it's right now not seeming to be working. You throw all this in there, the player count is down by 12% since CS2 launched, the skins market is falling like crazy, players have questions on if Valve is going to be adding any new content anytime soon, and I do myself. I personally think we're going to see a case by the end of 2023 and an operation maybe Q1 or Q2 of 2024. Now, for what an operation could look like and the next case, I'll probably make a video on that because I believe Valve could release it in a brand new format that we haven't seen before. The reason I don't think we'll see a case for quite some time is pretty simple. For the skins that are broken, need fixes. It'd be very unfair for those people and the OGs in Counter-Strike to have their skins broken, yet Valve work on the new ones that get released and all the bugs and major glitches that those will come from. That pretty much wraps up today's commentary and breakdown of yesterday's update. I'll let you guys know if anything gets added or changed very soon. Let me know what you guys think down below. Once again, I'm going to start a thread in the comment section of all the bugs that are still available and here in the game. Make sure you put it mature and very nice format in the case that Valve sees one of these videos and they can actually fix these things. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.